This is what we're going to be talking about. Me personally, I don't know what y'all think, but this is something that I heard earlier, and I thought it sounded very true. I believe God is trying to send humanity a message through these rappers slash artists. What, Kane? What do you mean by that? You sound goofy right now. What do I mean by this is we as human beings, we tend to idolize people, other people. We tend to put other people on a pedestal above everything else. Everybody out there, everybody, and I've done it myself too. Everybody out there. Y'all have a favorite artist, a favorite actor, favorite band, whatever the case may be. A favorite business that y'all like to go to all the time. Some people even idolize their own phones, their game systems. What do I mean by this? With all these artists and rappers and artists, whatever you want to call them, when we see them make it big up here, and then they get taken away from the earth. This is one of the reasons why I believe this is happening. I believe that God is allowing it to happen to let us know, hey, you're idolizing somebody that I can just, boom, take away real quick. I am God. You're supposed to idolize me, but here you are idolizing all these other human beings, these mortal beings. And I say this because, like I said, we idolize human beings. We put them way up here on a pedestal, when who should be on this pedestal up here is God. But we as human beings, we've turned our back on him. We've forgotten him, and instead of, we went from, and we've done this since the beginning of time. But instead of worshiping idols, we went from worshiping images and idols to worshiping people and artists and actors and all that. It's just so it's like, God's saying, I see what you're doing, and in my eyes it's wrong. You're not supposed to do that. So it's like he's trying to get our attention by it. He gives us somebody to look up to listen to, to idolize, and then he takes them away. I feel like he's trying to do that to let us know that those people are only mortal. They only have so much power on earth. They don't have power over everything. And I feel like that's the message he's trying to send, is that we've turned our backs on him. And I'm guilty of that. I turned my back on him at one point in my life too. But that's what I feel like, he's trying to tell us, my children, you need to come back to me. Otherwise, this could be you in the future, unless you turn back to me and start worshiping me again. I feel like that's what he's trying to say, and I could just be over-analyzing it, but I feel like, and it could, it's not even, I'm sitting here and saying that God is the one offing these people. No, what I mean is, I feel like he is allowing these things to happen to show us that we are putting our faith in mortal beings, that we're putting our love and our trust in these mortal beings, and we're idolizing these mortal beings when we should be idolizing him. That's what I mean by that, is he's allowing the situations to happen to show us that they're not immortal, they're not a god, and it's funny when you think about it, because back in the old days, what did they used to dress their idols up with? Gold and silver and jewelry, right? Like the golden calf in the desert in front of Mount Sinai. What do they dress these artists up with, right? Gold, diamonds, jewelry, all that stuff. It's the same thing. Y'all don't realize it. It's the same thing, except with human beings. That's what it is. That's how I see it anyway. So I feel like that's what God's trying to say, is it is past time for y'all to stop worshiping these false idols and come back to me, your creator. That's how I see it. Now, other people, y'all might see it differently, and that's cool too. Whatever you think is whatever you think at the end of the day. I'm just giving y'all some game. I'm just letting y'all know how I see it. You know, when you look at it from a biblical viewpoint, it makes a lot of sense. You know, so